Hi, good evening, folks. My name is Chris Cavedon, and it's my pleasure to be able to introduce you to an amazing company called U Life. I'd like to share some of my personal stories and answer some questions that are probably in your mind. Someone might have invited you to this particular call to see if this is something that might make some sense to you. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about if you're interested in getting ahead of a trend, a major trend that could be very profitable to you and your family. Now, what is it? It is HRT, or hormone replacement therapy. That has been a buzz across the country for quite a period of time now. The mother hormone that regulates all the systems in our body is HGH. And that's what our conversation is going to be about this evening. Now, I'll be very respectful of your time. I understand your time is valuable, and I think that I'm going to be able to tell you my story and share some information that I hope you find compelling. See, 10 weeks ago, I was introduced to this company, U Life, and I've been familiar with human growth hormone for a long period of time. There's much study on HGH, and it's been around for 5+ decades. Most people call it the fountain of youth, and I've personally looked at potentially following some HGH protocols, but in the back of my head, I've always been a little concerned. I knew that there were some safety issues, and I just wasn't willing to, one, bear the expense of some of the traditional injectable programs, or two, have some of the safety issues of putting large concentrations of hormone in my body at one time, like those injectable programs. So 10 weeks ago, I received a video. And when I received this video and I clicked on it, and you may or may not have seen that video yet, but if you haven't, please watch it. It's a 3-minute video that really talks about what we're all going to face. You know, we're all aging, and our human growth hormone levels peak when we are in our adolescence, and they start to decline even in our 20s. They start to go on more of a rapid decline in our 30s, and in our 40s they're declining rapidly, and I happen to be 52. At my age, my human growth hormone levels are, non-existent. They're a mere fraction of what they used to be when I was much younger. So I saw this product that this company, U Life, was offering, and it got my attention. It got my attention because I had never, ever seen anything like this before. The only over-the-counter transdermal real HGH gel that gets through the dermal layer of your skin and gets into your bloodstream, I didn't think it could happen. I thought it was just some over-marketing, and my thoughts on it were, I was quite dismissive of it when I first was introduced to it. But in the back of my head, I said, if this is remotely what I was told it would be, then I could identify that there would be some mass demand. Everyone wants to be able to turn back the clock. And if we can look younger, feel younger, perform like we did when we were younger, and that's what happens with HGH, then I think everybody would be interested. And if there was a product that was affordable for the masses, and there was a way that normal people could get on HGH programs that were safe, that didn't have safety concerns, then I thought that people would really entertain it. But, once again, in the back of my head, I just didn't believe it, because this is who I was. 10 weeks ago, I had a lot of things on my plate. I was running 2 different businesses. I have some illnesses in my family that are just taking a lot of my time. I didn't have any time to waste. I just didn't have any time. I didn't think I could whittle out an hour of my day to do something else. But when I saw that video, and I know myself, I know some of the problems that I have with my health. I'm an ex-athlete, and I've had my shoulder operated on in 5 different places. I live with chronic pain. The arthritis in my right side has been, terrible for decades. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. So here's what I said. I said, I'll try it. I'll try it. I'm not going to put any conditions. I realize that this product has been around for 14 years, and hundreds and thousands of people have had some amazing product experiences. Well, maybe, just maybe, this could be something I've never seen before. Maybe it's something the world has never seen before. So I got on the product on December 22nd, 2017. In a matter of 2 weeks, I started to experience that I was able to sleep in a way that I hadn't for a long period of time. With the level of stress that I have going on in my life, that I had going on in my life, and I still do today. I've been struggling with sleeping for a long period of time, at least 10 years. And I noticed that I started to dream vividly, almost like when I was a kid. And 4 or 5 weeks into using this amazing gel, this amazing product, that's what I'm going to call it because that's the revelation that came to me after my personal experiences, I noticed the pain in my shoulder started to lessen. And it didn't take the pain away, but it just diminished it to the point that it was really more tolerable. I noticed that at 52 years old, my energy and my stamina felt like what it was when I was 10 years younger, or even younger than that. I noticed that my mental clarity was sharp. I was in business meetings, and I had my business counterparts come to me after hours of negotiating different things, and they'd say, Chris, you're so intense, you're so on point, you're so focused. How? What is it? Folks, nothing changed. The only thing that changed for me is I started using this amazing new U Life HGH transdermal gel. Well, 4 weeks into using this product, I knew that there was something special here. I knew that everyone that I come in contact with, whether it's business-related or social or personal friends, everyone would be blown away if they understood that there was a product that could literally turn back the clock and make you look and feel significantly better and younger. So that's what we're going to focus on tonight. We're going to focus on moving into position when the rest of the country doesn't know what's going on. That's the dynamics of a tremendous business opportunity. See, I've been in network marketing for 25 years, and I've built some massive organizations. I've made a lot of money, but I have not participated in this industry for a number of years. I've sat on the sidelines because I have not seen anything that I felt was worthy of getting out there. I was not going to go market something that was a Me Too product. I wasn't going to try and ask my friends or someone that I know to buy something from me that they could get somewhere else for less money, or that they could get somewhere else for the same amount of money. I don't want to have to differentiate by my product over another product. What was so unique about this HGH gel, this is the only over-the-counter HGH gel in existence that has a registration number from the FDA. It's an NDC number, which stands for National Drug Code Number. It's issued by the FDA. Now, there's not another company in the network marketing space. There's not another company in the business space. I realize that when you bring something unique, when you bring something that has a blanket of benefits that the masses can all appreciate, and you're able to introduce this in the early stage of its evolution, then fortunes can be made. So could you do this? Is this something that could work for you? Well, 10 weeks ago, I didn't know. I didn't know if this would work for me. How could I make it be part of my life? How could I balance, my crazy lifestyle? So I was able to show a 3-minute video. I was able to introduce people to a simple HGH product booklet that defines how unique this new U Life product is. And people would go through those 2 information pieces, and then I'd be able to talk to them, fill in a few blanks, and they'd decide whether or not they wanted to participate in building this brand. See, I've been doing this from my home. I've been doing this from my office. I've been doing this in fitting it into my lifestyle in places and times that I thought was best for me. I made it a seamless part of being able to create a secondary income stream. So what have I done, and what can you do? In the last 10 weeks, the first 4 weeks, all I did was validate that this is a one-of-a-kind product that has a tremendous, tremendous competitive advantage, that the masses are going to want it, and I said I have to participate. And in doing so, once again, I sent a video to a few people, sent them a booklet, and collected a decision. If you feel you could do that, then I invite you to strongly take a look at this opportunity. Whoever invited you to get on this call, say, get me some information. Let's talk. Let's see how this can work for me. Now, what's going on in your head is, can I make money? Is this something that really could create a potential career change? Could it create a secondary income stream? Well, this is what's happened to me. In the last 6 weeks, I've earned over by picking up the phone, sending some videos, sending a product booklet, and collecting a decision from a handful of people. And I've helped a few other people do the exact same thing. In the next 6 weeks, I anticipate making over $100,000. So if that income gets your attention, if you're money motivated, if you're someone who absolutely sees that the hormone replacement therapy trend that is going on across the country is something that you can capitalize on. You know, as we age, we all want to age as gracefully as we can. We want to fight it every step of the way. You may or may not have seen Sylvester Stallone on the talk shows, and he's 73 years old, and he looks like a Greek god. Well, why? Does he spend time in the gym? Of course he does. I'm sure he works out like a maniac. But what he said is the last 20 years he has been on hormone replacement therapy, specifically human growth hormone. He takes injections. So many people are on injectable programs. They're very expensive. Most people can't afford the expense. Now, the other issue, once again, I want to highlight it. I've talked about it several times. When you put a large concentration of HGH in your body at one time, and you do it over a consistent period of time, certain things can happen. You can tax your adrenal system. You can get your adrenal system to shut down. That increase of large concentrations of HGH in your body at one time can attach to organs, and there can be problems. That's why I never chose to do an injectable HGH program. The product that I'm talking to you about today, there's only one that is an over-the-counter transdermal HGH gel. It has real human growth hormone in it. It is microdosing. It is a complete different philosophy than the injectables. So it's a fraction. There's real human growth hormone that is diluted down so that it can be sold over the counter without a prescription. What does that mean? It means that it takes a little bit longer to get into your body. The key is continuity of use. You use it 5 days on, you take 2 days off, and the full effect of this human growth hormone gel will be felt in roughly 6 months. Well, I'll tell you what, if it's a price that is affordable to the masses, I like that. If it takes a little bit longer to get the HGH into your bloodstream because you have to be consistent, but the trade-off is it's safe, that's what I'm interested in. That's what I want to pursue. And I believe you probably fall into that exact same category. So, once again, a one-of-a-kind product that appeals to the masses. And what happens when you use HGH? You know, people find themselves getting into a better mood. Their skin is healthier, their hair, their nails, joint mobility, what I've experienced in my shoulder. And so many of us, as we age, we notice, little pains in our back or our knees. Well, gradually increasing your HGH levels can have a real positive effect on all those categories. We're talking about, fat loss for guys, especially in the midsection, and enhanced libido for some people, greater muscle tone, increase in strength. The list goes on and on. We're talking about a blanket of benefits, a plethora of benefits that appeals to both men and women. If you were looking to come up with a product that you thought would have a tremendous upside, I just described it to you. Well, this company launched its network marketing arm roughly 12 weeks ago, 2 weeks before I was introduced to this. And in the last 3 months, what it amounts to, we currently have a little bit more than 2,000 people who have identified this as an opportunity that they want to participate in. They want to be the ones to help build this brand across the country. What do I think is going to happen? In the near future, this brand is going to go viral. Because it's simple. It's simple to explain. It's simple to send a video. It's simple to send a simple information booklet that someone can go through in 5 or 10 minutes. And then it's simple to call someone up and say, do you see what I see? Do you see the value of representing this particular product and opening it up markets that are untouched? You're hearing about this in the beginning of March. And I promise you this, that in 60 days, in 90 days, in 6 months, in 12 months, this will go viral. I believe it has the potential to be the most viral product and run this industry has ever seen. So I invite you to join us. I invite you to get back to the person who asked you to listen to this short little call this night. This might be the night that makes a big difference for you. In my wildest dreams, I did not think 10 weeks ago I would have the opportunity to do something on the side of all the things that I was doing. And then 6 weeks ago, I did not think that I would be able to build a home-based business. I have not gone and met one person. I do not leave my house. I stay at my home, or I'm in my office, or I'm taking care of my mother who's sick. So I do the things that matter to me. You can do the things that matter to you. And I introduce this simply with the technology that exists. I use text, I use email, and I use conference calls like this. And in 6 weeks, I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want you to quantify this and say, how would your life be if you experience what I've experienced? Because we're in the absolute beginning of this particular run. What I've done, you could exceed. If you're a hard worker like me, you could, make what I've made, or you could make more than I've made. But 50,000 plus in 6 weeks is pretty good. 100,000 plus in the next 6 weeks should get your attention. There are people who have just got introduced to this business in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and they're making $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month. Whatever you need, if you want to apply yourself, let's be honest. The only way someone can truly be successful in marketing anything is they have to have something that has mass appeal, and they have to be able to market it in the beginning. There's no point in you trying to sell something that everyone else has already tried to sell. If you do that, lots of people are just saturating a market. There's only so many people that something would appeal to. The ability to be involved in something when you were the first to bring it to an area gives you a huge advantage. So I use a phrase, and I'd like to say this phrase, and then I'd like to end. I say that timing makes up for talent. I know some tremendously successful people, and I found that they were very, very successful because they bought certain pieces of real estate before that particular market blew up, because they bought certain stocks before that stock blew up. Well, you're hearing about a product that I believe will be the most viral product the industry of network marketing has ever seen. It's up to you to decide if you're going to take advantage of it, if this is going to be something that you're going to integrate into your life. If you do, and you learn how to be competent in this, I will tell you, you will be successful. So thank you very much for your time. And to your success, I wish you the very best. Good night, everyone. Bye now.